guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we are going to be doing some Ariana Grande inspired makeup today. I tried to get as Ariana Grande inspired as possible. Like, I even straightened the hair just for this video and flicked it out, and also got this little combination going on. I know she wouldn't really wear it. She wears more like baggy stuff and like jumpers and stuff like that, but this is the closest thing that I'm going to get to Ari. We've even got the little scrunchie in. So we did go all out for this video. Let's just jump straight into it. So I've already done the brows. So I'm doing the look that she done in her positions video, I believe it is. I'll put a picture right here so you guys can see what I mean. I'm going to go straight in with the eyes like I always do, and then move on to the skin. We've got some fun little products to play with as well. It is all drugstore apart from some foundation that I'm dying to try. Okay, so it's this one right here. It is the Kat Von D Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. Now this is very, very popular. It is all over TikTok, all over Instagram, all over all the social media platforms, and everyone is literally raving about it. I haven't tried it yet. I've been waiting for a video to try it, so I'm gonna put it in this video right here. So we're gonna be trying that today. It is a little bit dark for my skin tone. Like, it is very on the tanny orange side, but I feel like we can make it work if we just bring it down to the neck. But this is the only color that they had because they were completely sold out because it is so popular. Okay, so what we're going to do is jump straight into the eyes, guys. So the palette that I'm going to be using for the eyes is actually quite an old palette. It is the Revolution Pro palette right here. So this is the Revolution Pro palette right here. It is basically a neutral palette that looks something like this. It's got some beautiful shimmer shades in there. It is very on the purpley side. I feel like it can work for the look that she created in her Positions music video because it is quite neutral as well. Okay, so what I am going to do is go in with a darker shade first. So it's kind of like a full cut crease that is in her picture. It's like a full cut crease, and then it is just all the neutrals basically, and then just cutting the crease as normal. So what I'm going to do is go in with the shade, ding, 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 ding. I'm going to go in the shade Rumor, which is this one right here in the bottom. It's kind of like a very nice neutral brown. Use my little friend's mirror right here. What I'm going to do is literally just make the creation, like the cut crease shape that she does, and just pop this on in my crease area up here. Oh, okay, so this is quite purple as well. And I'm just winging this out at the end as well, so it's really got that wing out there, if you can see that. And also for quite a cheap palette as well. This is obviously Revolution Pro, and obviously everyone knows that their stuff is very, very cheap. It is got amazing pigment. Like, this is kind of the first time using this palette. I've only used like a couple of shimmers and stuff, but actually using the matte shades, this is actually really, really pigmented. So that is good on Revolution's part because their stuff is hella cheap and hella affordable. Okay, and then what I think I might do is just connect it here because it's kind of not like that in the video, but I think she's got like a tiny connection going on here. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All the way to my lower lash line right there. So we've got like a cat eye going on right now. Okay, so once we've got the shape down, then we've got the shape on there right now, I think what I'm going to do is just start blending out this harsh edge. So what I'm going to do is go in with the same palette obviously, and go in with a little bit of a lighter transition shade. I'm going to go in with the shade Whisper. Bro, if my earring drops out one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Whisper as a transition shade and just start blending out these harsh edges because we don't want it as harsh as this. That is actually blended out really nicely. Can you see that? That was like one shade and it's already kind of blended it out. And when blending out eyeshadows, you wanna just make sure you are on the harsh shadow first. Like, don't go too high because then you're going to be really, really blended out. If you stay on the pigment that you put down first initially, it's going to do the work for itself, if that makes any sense at all. And that extra colour that you are just putting on is just helping it blend out further. But the actual shade that you put on initially is actually doing most of the work. Does that make sense? Probably not, because my explaining is like proper, like, you know when you make those long sentences and it's like, she went to the shop and she did that, and yes, she went to the shop and she drove. Do you know what I mean? Like, long sentences was my absolute problem in university. Like, that is literally what my downfall was. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is what I always do and just go in between with the different shades, make sure that I've got the pigment that I want and make sure that I've got the shape that I want as well. That's the most important thing, because Ariana Grande's eyes are super gorgeous and they're so winged out naturally. So I've got to work extra hard to make my eyes look winged out. So what I'm going to do is just go in with the different shades and just do that really quickly. Okay, I'm not too sure about the shape. I think I dipped in a little bit too much there. I feel like it's a bit more straighter. What we're gonna do now is just cut the crease. I feel like this will be okay. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just cut the crease really quickly. Right, to cut the crease, I am using the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer, which is this one right here. I use this to shape underneath my brows as well, and I think it is pretty good. It does oxidize just a tiny bit, but the shade match is not that bad. Oh, and breathe. Okay. Does anyone else feel like when they cut the crease, they just cannot breathe? Like they cannot talk, they cannot breathe, they cannot do anything. Like that is me. I literally hold my breath. It's really bad. I need to remember that Danni needs oxygen. You need it to live, Danni. You do. What I'm going to do really quickly is just set it now with a white shadow. Closest thing to a white in this palette is probably this one right here, which is called Neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this concealer right now so it doesn't slip and slide or crease anywhere. All right, guys. So now that we have just set that down, what we're going to do now is go ahead and go in with the eyeliner. So Ariana Grande's eyeliner is very, very femme and very, very winged out. So I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. This has been my absolute favorite eyeliner to be using right at the moment. I did it again, the long sentences. I did it again. This is my favorite eyeliner to be using at the moment, just because I feel like it's got such a tiny, you won't even see that? Such a tiny like wand for the applicator, and I've been loving that for my eyeliner. Okay, so now that the eyeliner's done, that's like the tiniest little flick I've ever done in my life, but it's not so excessive in Ariana Grande's look. So we're gonna keep it like that. All right, guys, so the next step is mascara. So this is the well-known and well-loved, well-known and well-loved High Sky. Is it Sky High? High Sky? Sky High Mascara by Maybelline right here. Everyone knows what this is. It is amazing for your lashes. It gives it such good volume and it lengthens them as well. So it does a best of both worlds. So I'm going to go ahead and just coat my lashes in this. What I'm going to do is just tell you what lashes I am going to be using and then to put them on off camera, because I feel like it's just so unnecessary to watch me put on lashes. Like everyone knows how to put on lashes, right? Okay, so these are Unicorn Cosmetic lashes in Not Basic. They look something like this. I feel like they're very, very big. I might have to cut them down, but I feel like they suited the look really, really nicely because they are really, really winged out and fluffy. So I'm going to go off camera really quickly, just pop these on, do the other eye, of course, like I always do, and then come back and we're actually going to do the skin, all right? Okay, I'm excited for the skin because we've got some new products. I will see you in like 2 seconds. Alright guys, so we are back. So both eyes are on. So what we're going to do now is jump straight into the skin. I'm super excited for this because obviously we're playing with the new Kat Von D foundation, and I'm so excited to see what this is like on oily skin because everyone knows that my skin is oily AF. Oily. Also, these lashes, as I was putting them on, I did think they were a little bit too big for the look that it is because her lashes are a bit more winged out, but they do work. I mean, it's just a bit more bold, which is what I'm all about. I'm about making creations a little bit more bigger than they actually are because I'm just extra, and it's just what I do. I'm just an extra person. These lashes are a little bit big, I know that, but they're pretty. They're really nice, and I think they suit the look as well. So let's move on to the skin. All right, guys, so to prime, I'm actually going to go in with the Morphe Equaliser primer. So it's this one right here. This just equalizes the tone in your face or any redness and stuff like that. It just equals your face out to make it the same shade, basically getting it ready for the foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this right here. Okay, guys, so that is now blended into the skin. Now for the foundation. So the foundation right here, okay. Very popular. Packaging is hella cute, but yeah, it is very, very tanned for me. But I was thinking, Ariana Grande is tanned. She is tanned to high heaven, so this might just work, if you know what I mean. Notice the nervous laugh. But this, like I said before, this was the only shade available on Boots. Like, everything was out of stock, so I was like, I need this. I don't even care what the shade is like. We will put it down the neck to just get this foundation. So right, the best way to go in with this I think might be a brush, because everyone uses a brush, but I always use a sponge for my application. I will try a brush first. Okay, so this is the NYX, I think it's just a NYX buffing brush. I'm gonna go ahead and just go in with this. I'm actually really scared. Okay, be very gentle with it, because if you just go, it's literally gonna go into it. Okay, so are we ready? Yeah, it's freaking dark. Like, very, very dark for my skin tone, but that's okay. It's not too bad. Very orange, very tan. Okay. Coverage. What? I put a bit too much on, so I'm going to put some on this side. Coverage? Are you kidding me? Like I said, we are going to have to blend this down our neck because the shade is so off. Why do I always wear white shirts when I need to blend down my neck all the time? So, first initial thoughts, it goes on very, very slidey and oily. Like, can you see how oily this is? Like right here, you can see the oil literally just coming off my face. Definitely very moisturizing because it's a balm. I think that's the formula that they were going for. But with someone with oily skin like me, this is not the foundation for you. On the plus side, the coverage is insane. Legit insane coverage. I'm gonna try a sponge with the other side because that's just how I always do my makeup. You don't need a lot of product. I mean, a little really does go a long way. Okay, but it is very oily. On the other side, I'm gonna go in with my sponge. I am so gonna break out after this. I can just feel it. There we go. It goes on very, very, like, can you see that? Oh, the texture. The texture. Okay, a little bit better with the sponge. Ignoring the color, the coverage is insane. Like, really, really good coverage. However, the formula is very, very freaking oily. Like, literally, I feel like this is not going to last literally like an hour on my skin because my skin is so oily anyway. It is just going to slip and slide. We're going to have to powder to high heavens. It is not too bad. Like, literally, bringing the shade down to my neck, I feel like it's not such a bad shade. I personally probably wouldn't use this all the time. Would I use it again? Maybe. I feel like I'm a different colour. Is it gone really patchy? I wouldn't give it a thumbs down, but I wouldn't give it a thumbs up. Do you know what I mean? That's just my kind of thing on it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I think, is I'm not gonna cream contour because that's just too much cream on my face, if that makes sense. So I'll probably just go straight in with the bronzer. Obviously, concealer again, we're using the Maybelline Superstay Concealer. This might actually brighten up the foundation shade as well. I normally don't put concealer in these areas just because it is just extra oil, but because of the shade of this foundation, I feel like we just might as well go in with the beauty blender and just start blending this bad boy out. Okay, do you know what? I feel like that is kind of balanced out the shade just a little bit more, so I'm not as orange that I was a second ago. Like, it is a hella orange. Like, it's like I fake tanned really badly, like in my hand. Look at that hand. Look at the comparison. What we're going to do now is literally powder to high heavens because this is already like literally slipping and sliding all over my face. So I'm going to go in with my favourite powder. This is the iHeartRevolution Peach Loose powder right here. It's time for this bad boy. I only use this in like proper like bad occasions, like now, like where I need to powder everything. So this is the It Cosmetics big ass jumbo powder brush. I think this was actually really expensive, guys. This was like £50. No word of a lie, this brush was 50 quid. We're not going to talk about that. So what I am going to do is just literally get some right here and just start dusting this all over my face. Now that we are powdered down, we're looking a little bit more matte now. Before we were just literally just like oil. Like, it was just oil. So what we're going to do now is bronze. So I'm going to go in with my favourite bronzer at the moment. This is the Butter Bronzer by the Physicians Formula. Their products, honestly, are just so banging. Like, literally, I love their stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just go in my normal areas with this bad boy right here. Like, look at that. That bronzer is so nice. Like, honestly, it really just lifts your cheeks. Like, my cheeks are quite high anyway because when I smile, my cheeks are like in my eyeballs. But with this bronzer, it just honestly just gives that definition of that apple in your cheek, and it's beautiful. Next step right now is for the blush. I feel like Ariana Grande loves her bronzer, but I feel like we're gonna literally just liven this up a little bit. This is the Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. Butchering that completely. I love this because it has some shimmer in it, so it really just gives the cheeks a really nice highlight and a nice glow, as well as giving it that really nice flush of color. Like, watch this. Okay. Like, can you see that glow right there? Like, it honestly is so nice, and the color is so subtle but so beautiful. Yum. Just yum. Okay, so now that that is done, looking very peachy and very glowy, that blush is beautiful. What we're gonna do now is go in with the highlighter. So highlighter, I feel like the look that she has is not very like bang highlighter, but this is a YouTube channel and I am all about highlighter. I could not literally do this look without highlighter. I mean, that blush has kind of given it highlighter anyway, but I mean, that's just not enough really, is it? It's not. So, right. So, new trick that I have actually just adapted to. I've seen a lot of people doing it on Instagram. Before we do the highlighter, I'm actually going to set my face. So this is the Maybelline Lasting Fix. And I feel like setting your face before you do the highlighter kind of gives the highlighter a little bit of a boost because your skin is still wet and then you put the highlighter on and it's literally just going to be like badoom. So we're going to see if that happens today. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my face with this. Okay, so now that my skin is a little bit wet, now we're gonna go in with the highlighter. This is by Revolution and it is the highlighter reloaded in the shade Just My Type. Let's see if this does anything. Ooh. And then when we smile, we wanna see it when we face forward. So just putting some on the apple of my cheek, just there. Alright you guys, so we are nearly done with this look. I actually am liking the foundation more. The more and more I look at it, this foundation isn't that bad. It's not that bad. Now, the lips I feel like are a very, very pinky kind of blushy nude. I don't know if I really have that, but I did find this. So this is the Makeup Revolution lipstick in the shade Bare Whispers, which is this one right here, which is quite a nice pinky nude shade. So I feel like that might do the job. Okay, so what I'm gonna do really quickly is just line my lips with the Peaches and Cream liner. I always do this. All my videos, I use the liner, this liner, like Peaches and Cream for me, banging. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just coat my lips in the lipstick. Oh yes, very pink, very nice though. Okay, and then just to give it a little bit more pop of color, we're gonna go ahead and go in with the Kiko gloss. This is the 3D Hydra lip gloss right here, and it's got glitter in it, like look at that, that is insane. Okay guys, so last step of this look, I feel like it was a really, really nice success, is go in with the mascara on the bottom lashes. Like, look at that. Look, that's just... Take it. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Foundation, a little bit of a review on that. I actually, the more and more I'm looking at it, guys, I actually really dig it. Like, I think it's really nice. The only thing that is off is just the shade range, but that is completely fine because blending it down the neck has just really helped blend that all together and make it merge into one. But the foundation itself, obviously I've only had it on for like 20 minutes, but it is not bad. The coverage is beautiful. I went in with one layer. It spread out across the face beautifully. Like, is there anything else to say? I think not. All right, guys, so that is it for this makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you can, make sure you follow my socials and make sure you hit that massive subscribe button so you don't miss out any videos that I post. But yeah, this is it for this makeup look. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.